A very good evening to everybody watching. Thank you for joining again this week's edition of the agenda. My name is Tobias. Tonight on the platform we are joined by Nestor Tobias. He is the owner and promoter, boxing promoter at Nestor Sunshine Tobias Academy, and we are here to talk about the business of boxing. It is always easy and enjoyable to watch boxing happening either physically in the venue or on television, but how much work does it go into producing that content? Thank you very much, Sunshine, for making time. It's a pleasure talking to you. Congratulations, you just held another event over the weekend. Your boxer, is it Energy? Who won?
Philibus in Tumba.
Yeah. How did it go?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Always been following you on social media and so on.
Yeah.
Today I'm here.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course, yeah. The event went well.
Yeah.
The result was good, and it was good for the boxer. It was good for the academy. It was good for the country.
Yeah.
And of course, Africa at large. Because in Africa we don't have a lot of sports stars who are doing well. But then Namibia right here we got a kid called Energy who just opened door for himself for bigger things. Because if you see, this fight was a champion versus champion. Leonardo Carrillo from Colombia, who's based in the USA, he's a champion on his own, and Energy is a WBO global champion. And of course, when champion fight of world-rated boxer fight against each other, of course that's meaning eliminator. The winner gonna get a better spot to challenge for the world title, and Energy just end that. And of course, the other kid who fought also undercut, they did well. And for me as a promoter, I have to lick my wounds now and see how to close all the holes. You know, this fight is a youth fight, and they want to talk about the youth fight. World traded boxer, bring him here, pay them in US dollar and so on. Yeah, so it's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
But I need also people to understand that it doesn't come in. It's not like a walk in a park.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we move on, and of course we're waiting for the new rating to come out.
Yeah.
And of course those kids like Mateus 8,000 fight on the undercard, defending his WBO Africa featherweight title. We got the young Harry Simon Jr. and of course the young Dre Nangolo, who's a very talented boxer also, who fought against South African. Yeah, he did it. And on the other kid also like Philippus Paules on the undercard. All those kids, you can mention we got a lot of talent in Namibia when it comes to boxing. Yeah. So, but the challenge is the funding.
Yeah.
The challenge is the funding.
No, thanks. We'll get into the funding. We'll dedicate some good minutes to funding. But a guy like Energy now, because if you're fighting for global titles like that, in my mind, it's like you are not very far from fighting for the world title now. So what must happen typically for that next step?
Of course, now, like I say, this is a good platform for any boxer to fight against another world-rated boxer and to win, so you can get the opportunity to fight for the world title. In Africa, it's very difficult to get that opportunity, but we did it before, and we know how to do it. And even if it's difficult, you have to push your boxer to become a mandatory and get a chance to challenge the world champion. When you are mandatory, the world champion don't have any way to run. You have just to face you, or you have to vacate the title, and you can fight for the title. If you can see our former world champions, we started with the great Harry Simon. It was a mandatory. He get a chance to challenge for the world title against Wingerite, the American, and he beat him up in Johannesburg. Then we had Paulus Moses, the Hitman. It was also mandatory. He get the opportunity to fight for the world title in Japan, and he beat up the Kobori. Then of course we had Police the Rock and Bunda. Also he fought for the world title. It's mandatory. And of course we brought the champion here. Of course, very expensive, crazy money, crazy figures, but yeah, we managed to bring him here. And of course, the only boxer who won a world title, not to being a mandatory, but he was number 2, as a Julius Indongo, when he get a last call. Luckily, we were preparing for a different fight, and we get this call to go to fight, to go and fight in a world title in Moscow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and of course, the blow machine, he come up on top when he will knock up this.
Ricky Benz.
No, not the Ricky Benz. Tronoski. Tronoski was the champion. Double was a IBF and an IBO champion. Then it's how Julius Indongo. He knocked him up in 40 seconds. You remember, in front of 10,000 fans.
Yeah.
And the whole world get freeze. It was frozen. There's nobody. It was only us.
Like
when we were around, four guys making noise. Only us and
yeah.
you know. So very good. You know, and it was good for the country.
Yeah.
And of course, we put Nambi on the world that way. And yeah. So
how does one become mandatory? How do you end up being mandatory? A mandatory challenger.
You become rated number 1
in your division.
In a division. After the champion, you got the champion, then you got them number 1. So number 1, automatic, you become mandatory. So the champion will be given maybe 4 months to fight against the mandatory. So that's that's the position we are looking for. That's the position we are fighting for. And like I say, all those champions are mentioned. We push them to become mandatory.
Yeah.
And to do that, you have to invest and invest and invest. Because nobody will do it for you. See? Now maybe I have to do it for himself. And of course we did it before. And of course our old leaders they could understand and exercise these things. And but now we got different leaders.
Yeah.
And so I believe we can always get a way to make them to understand things and how it works, you know.
Yeah.
But at least we need platform with them to make them to understand.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now tell me, the new government is talking big about investing in sport, but I have seen things like, currently there are 10 soccer stadiums that are being built worth 10 million each in every region. And there are talks about, Independence Stadium and all these kind of things, which is a beautiful thing for a guy like myself who's a football fan. But I'm also a boxing fan. You have seen me at your events a lot of times. What word is coming out of government as far as boxing is concerned? What are you hearing as promoters?
Of course, I'm also a soccer fan.
Yeah.
And, I used to play football myself.
Yeah.
You know, I've been a sport officer. This is the only job I did after school at Orangamundi. So on my department, I had all the sport codes, including football. Football was always number 1 after boxing,
Yeah.
Of course, we heard about, of course, the new administration, they're preaching big about sport. But I think there's misunderstanding there because I believe something is not right there because when they talk about sport, they think football is sport. Football is not sport. Football is part of sport, We have to make that thing clear. Because even when they talk about investment, then it's out soccer, you see? It's meaning like soccer is sport. Like I say, soccer is part of sport.
Yeah.
And of course, to build those stadiums is good. We don't want our national team to play in the neighboring country home games and so on. But I think 14, is a little bit it's overrating, Maybe we must focus on one.
Yeah.
If you can get one stadium FIFA approved, I think that's going to be a bonus for the country,
Yeah.
Because anyway, we don't have a lot of FIFA approved game going to happen in the country because our national team is not so doing well. But to have one for the beginning, I think the others will follow.
Yeah.
So maybe if you say 14, you put too much pressure on the government and so on.
Yeah.
But one, I think we must focus on one, And of course, I believe we have to look at boxing. Boxing, if you see the history of sport in Namibia and you see the history of boxing in Namibia, how many titles we brought to this country, how many medals we brought to this country. I think the administration of today, they have to look at that, at boxing, you see. Like I say, I put up that event this weekend, and it was a big event, a huge event. Of course, I got my main sponsor, MTC, co-sponsor PST bet, but the resource is very limited, It's not even enough for a big event like this one. If you put them all man together, no, it's not, But that is our fundament we're working from, you see. Very good. Well, I appreciate that. And but we still asking the government to see how boxing can benefit from the budget. I heard about there's a budget, but that budget, we didn't experience it, Maybe we're gonna get a call one day or some, but for now, we didn't benefit from that budget. And I understand this is the most biggest budget in sport ever. But we did not experience that, and we didn't get benefit on that. Or I don't know how we benefit from that. Yeah, so.
But typically, how must it happen? Because you see, but for boxing, because it's an individual sport somehow, and I mean, for example, you run a private academy. Those boxers are your guys there. It's like chola chola. Government wouldn't put money into chola chola. It's a private football club. But of course, if you build soccer stadiums, chola chola can benefit by hosting matches there and whatnot, and gate takings and all these kind of things. For boxing, what is the best way to benefit from that money? Do we put money into Nestor's pocket, or do we put it in a pool of some sort where everybody can benefit?
If you see what Nestor is doing, it's not doing for Nestor.
Yeah.
When you see you singing the national anthem, that's not Nestor national anthem. You see the flag, it's not Nestor flag, So if you want to make everything to sound negative and say it's an individual thing, you can hear, but you have to use your own common sense also. Look, everything in life is individual. The president is individual, the minister is individual, but you look at the job they are doing, look at the bigger picture, see what they are doing. So, for me, I don't believe in that as individual.
Yeah.
It's why when you win the world title, you go to the State House. So because you did something for the country. Yeah. So it's not individual. Of course, things must be done by individuals to be successful of the country, or to add something to the country's economy.
Yeah.
Of course, Sam Nujoma was a founding father, was celebrating his legacy. It's an individual, see? But what he did is for the country, you see? So you have to be, is why you have only one president, and the chief of command, of
Commander-in-Chief, yeah.
Chief in command, So meaning it's an individual.
Yeah.
You see, the general of police is an individual, So people must you if you make personal things, and without using your common sense, you end up saying things like that.
Yeah.
But the boxing is an individual. Muhammad Ali, you see, the most popular sportman in the world till now, let his soul rest in peace, was individual. But what he did for the world, see, especially for the black people in this world, you see, is no one else can do it. But if you have people like him, individual people do those things, he did for the world, George Bush or some president could not go to Iraq to see Saddam Hussein, but to release the soldiers in there. But Muhammad Ali, he went there and talked to the Saddam, and this soldier was released. See, it's a sportman,
I get that.
So
I get that.
Yeah. So the government, if there's a willingness to assist, to help these people to do more for this country, there's no need to explain why, you see, because sometimes you have to do something for yourself, so people can see you doing something.
Yeah.
I think in that case, I did that. As produce four champions.
Yeah.
You know how many countries can say they produce even a world-rated boxer? No, none. You see, it's only South Africa, Ghana, you know, and of course now we are there on top with the big shots, you know.
Yeah.
With a small population like Namibia, we got quality here, we got talent here.
Yeah.
You know, look like a country like India.
Yeah.
Is a 1 point some billion. But you don't know about the plays football or what. They invest more in cricket because their talent is there.
No, I agree. Look, I just want to contextualize the issue because there has to be a formula in which government must assist you. What I just meant is that, for example, if it's a Namibian boxing team, might be under the Commonwealth umbrella or is it Olympics, and then you say this is a national team of some sort, and therefore we are putting money for them to go and compete in Australia or whatever. Or the national football team, you put money into the NFA, which is a national institution, for them to be able to send players abroad and whatnot. So when I say boxing is individual, I just meant that where you don't have a national team, but you have an academy that is doing good like yourself, do you then just put money into that academy and say, look, guys, go help yourselves? Or how do you make sure? Because every other guy has like a small boxing academy apparently and whatnot. How do you even choose which one to benefit? You know, those are the...
It's why in life there's always profile. So profile is to guide, you know. Even if you go, maybe I must always bring people closer. When you go to, there's a central committee coming out of Swabo, I must use that because everybody will understand what I'm saying. So they look at your profile, see? They will tell you, no, the central committee, then a Politburo must finalize the candidates. Yeah. Meaning they are looking at their profiles. Those candidates are individuals. Yeah. So then of course you go, see? And the sport is in this thing is also like that. You have to look at what is sunshine, what is sunshine profile look like? What is AC, salute? And of course, the other academies who follow, see? Yeah. Because at the beginning, there was nothing. It was only sunshine, you know? So now, there's other academies. So that is also part of my profile because I motivate these guys or these individuals. I inspire them, and they also helping boxing to grow now. But I got my profile, you see? Yeah. When I tell you my profile was 2000, I had only maybe one boxer. Now I had more than 100 boxers, you know. So, so you can see, I'm doing something. I mean, they have to look at your achievement, what you are doing, how important it is. What have you achieved through that, you know? Like, it's like I say, first do something for yourself, so people can assist you. Yeah. And this, I think in Africa it's difficult when it comes to sport. Because we don't have this TV right and pay-per-view, those things. So I think government must invest more in sport. And we must also see how can we benefit. We brought world champions here. We fought for world titles here. And the government supported the event, you know, because they see something, what is important for the country, and so on. So I think our auditor did a great job. And of course, as we say, Aluta continue, and we must continue put number on the world map.
Typically, how much, I suppose, they just start locally. If you're hosting an event like the one that you hosted last weekend, there are guys coming from abroad. I don't know whether you as a host, it's also your responsibility maybe to accommodate them. I don't know how it works. If you can walk us through the expenses that are involved in hosting an event like that.
You see, when you promote an event as a promoter, all the cost is on you. Starting from the purse money is a salary for the boxers, internationally and locally. The sanctioning body is the sanctioning body like
WBC.
Box, yeah, those is on you. The local commission is on you. The local commission is local board, you know. And the referee, international, local is on you.
Judges.
Judges, yeah, those judges is on you. Accommodation, transport, meal, the venue hire, everything is on you, right? Now you see, now you bring a guy from USA. So here you get maybe 2 million from MTC annual. Then that guy is gonna ask you US dollar, you know. So pay you 50,000, 100,000 US dollar. That is the guy's pay, so you have to pay him. Because this guy says, I'm world traded, I don't need to travel to Africa. I can get that money here, even in the USA, by sparring, just to train, I can get that money. You understand? So the expenses is you, and it's challengeful, you know, but when people come and enjoy boxing, because we introduce boxing to the people love boxing, you know. And if people love something that is entertainment for the people, it's a business for the boxers, you know. It was also supposed to be a big business for the promoter, but now there's no TV right, you know, because normally a promoter, you make money through TV right and sponsorship, you know. So the sponsor, they start understanding sport now, and they come on board, we still need to do more to convince the corporate to invest in sport, especially professional boxing.
So if I'm Namibian Sun sport, my sport guys are coming over to Country Club or MBC or One Africa, do they just walk in and take content, or are you in conversation with your big broadcasters like NBC to say, guys, if you're coming there to film our event, give us something? Because the football guys are doing that now. There was a huge case now recently between Chula Chula and One Africa TV, where they said their content was just being filmed, and that matter had to be it was quite serious. In boxing, can you do the same conversations?
Yeah, that's the TV right we're talking about.
Yeah.
But now, NBC will say you don't have money. You know? Now, you want to convince your sponsor also that the fight will be live on TV. Now you got the challenge there.
Yeah.
So you have to make a decision. The decision is to say, okay, let the NBC come and film it for free. You know?
For the sake of my sponsors.
For my sponsors.
The visibility.
And also for the nation to watch the fight. And also to make the sport of boxing to grow. Yeah. I've been sacrificing for that for a very long time. Even before this fight, I had a meeting with the NBC. Even I went to the Minister of IT to explain what the problem we are facing. I ended up to put something in black and white. The minister said, I had a meeting with her in the country club. We sit with my team and we explained to her. Then she understand, you know. And of course, we put everything on black and white, but till now we didn't get a response. You understand? Yeah. So,
well, what were you asking the minister to do?
No.
What is the nature of the conversation?
I was asking the minister to consider the budget to NBC to make it. There must also be a sport budget.
Yeah.
Not only for boxing. Sport just to be maybe for the right to pay the organizers for the event and so on, so we can grow sport in Namibia. And also, I mentioned also the fight of the tribute to Dr. Sam Safishuna Nyoma Boxing Bonanza. We just had on the 9th May. I mentioned that, you know. So then I went to the NBC also. I said, guys, let's team up and try to fund this event and look for sponsors and so on. So we had a good meeting with the marketing people there, but they didn't come back to me. Yeah. The day was going, so I mean, as a promoter, I have now to run around and so on, because I know I announced this event. I must make sure this event is taking place. Luckily, just before this event, I had a fight. We had a fight in Denmark. So that was a bonus for me. So all my money from Denmark, I have to put in this event. That's how it takes place. So that was supposed to be my hard earning money. I was supposed to take care of myself or to see. But it's not the first time. I'm always doing that because if I don't do that, boxing will die. You see?
Yeah.
See, you see, to put up a small tournament like the Havana or Katatura amateur, it's not gonna cost you a lot. It's easy. But now if you want to maintain the standard of boxing, if you can see for the last nearly 20 years, you know, we've been consistent. I can say we are the most consistent sport organization in Namibia. If you can see every year, we got someone in the world rating. If you're in the world rating, you're already qualified for the world title. See? So, but we have to make people to understand. And now to maintain that, you need a budget. You see? Luckily, after first 13 years, we didn't have a sponsor. And since 2013, then MTC come on board. So now even we're doing better now with MTC, but we still need extra budget to maintain these boxers and to make them to put Namibia on the world map. And of course, then I had PST bet come on board also. It's a great thing. And of course, Namibian Tourism Board, they supported us during this event. Hopefully we'll see what we can do together in the future. Then of course, airport company, we have to thank them also for their support. I mean, we're growing, and hopefully sooner we're gonna announce a big sponsorship, big millions, and so on.
Yeah, absolutely. We go for a very short break and return with Nestor Tobias. We are still talking to Nestor Tobias here on the agenda about the intricacies of boxing as a business. So let's talk about boxers. If you take your boxer to the USA, like you did with Julius Ndongo to face Crawford some years ago, the money is distributed how? Do you say the challenge is always, even if he wins, he will get lesser money and the champion gets more? Or how does those things work? How do those things work?
You know, in boxing, before the fight, the management or the promoters come together, and you get an offer to negotiate. You know, so sometimes the challenger can also get more than the champion. Depend how popular are you. See, now you see Canelo. I'm just want to bring it closer. Canelo, he just lost to Crawford, but he's still a big name. He's still a cash cow when it comes to boxing. So there's champions now in his division. Now you have to come back as a challenger. But who's bringing the sponsors and who bring the people to the venue is him. So he's gonna get more. You understand? His deal gonna be more than the champion. You understand? Because of his name, of course. So it's like when we go to America, we took Nakathira, Hitman, or Ndongo. Those guys, they're well known in America. Of course, you cannot compare your guy from Africa with those guys. For us, it's just an opportunity. You go there, and of course, when you go there, you know those guys, they already study, it's why they invite you there. But it's up to you now to do the best, to go and shine there and come in as a Victoria. So of course, then we agree with them on a contract, the pairs. Of course, when they offer you in US dollar, sometimes it's difficult to say no because there's no other opportunity for you. Then you just motivate your guy and make him sure he's in a good shape, and go and win. Like, of course, we must fight in USA. We lost, but when Nakathira went to USA, he won also there. But if you can see the opponent, Jeremiah Nakathira fought. It's Shakur Stevenson. He's one pound for pound boxer now. He can beat up anyone in the world. But we had also Paul Moses, the hitman, when he went to fight Bertram in the USA. Of course, he beat up that guy. But of course, the score was not on our favor. He lost on a split decision. It was a great fight. The hitman was a great boxer.
It was a very good fight.
Yeah. So meaning, we don't just there to collect checks. We go there to fight, to represent Namibia, to put Namibia on the world map. You see, you get your flag flying so high on Las Vegas, and the national anthem be sung. I mean, it's a big achievement.
Yeah.
You see, that's why sometimes you look at why we have ambassador in different countries to represent Namibia and to put Namibia on the world map, to introduce Namibia to the world. But for any sport, you can do it in a few seconds, you see? Yeah. And even better. Yeah. And of course, when Julius Indongo, I took Julius Indongo to the USA for undisputed world championship, you see? So, if you go all over Africa, show me anyone who fought for an undisputed championship. We had 2 belts, Crawford had 2 belts, so now it's unification. Call it an undisputed championship, So there's no way because I can reject that. Undisputed. It's a history in the making. It's a good money for the boxer, and of course, it's also good money for the team. Yeah. And it's also a good result for the country. Yeah. Because the whole world will watch that fight, And that fight was on ESPN, I believe, yeah. So ESPN is a big platform when it comes to sport or any event. Yeah. Yeah. So we fought Elusindo. We go to Omaha, USA, to fight Crawford, and that was the biggest fight ever Namibia had. Yeah. And of course, the result is history, but the benefit from that fight is why today we are still here in boxing and get supported through different corporates.
Yeah. And now, back to the academy yourself. Now you take a guy like Julius Indongo, or is it Nakathila or Hitman, to a fight like that. He wins. How do you deal, because of course you invest also your own resources, the academy's resources, into making the fight happen, the logistics that are involved. How do you split with your boxers?
When the boxer is the academy's boxer. When I'm talking to the promoter that side, we make a deal between the 2 promoters. And of course, me as a promoter, this side, I have to pay my boxer. The other promoter pays boxer. Okay? So it can be 50-50, it can be 40-60. And of course, it can also be any percentage-wise, when we make on a promotional side. Yeah. Then of course you come to the boxer and they said, that's a deal. We got this deal so much. What do you think? Of course, the boxer can also reject, say no. Yeah. Then I said, okay. Then you go back, you negotiate better. And of course, when you get an offer from this side, that side, and on this level, we always make sure it's a good offer for the boxer. Yeah. And I make sure also my boxer get a good share when it comes to negotiation. I've been doing good for these boxers and so on, and I will keep on doing good, bringing good pairs and so on. yeah, like a kid like now, Philippus Ngitumba Energy is the big shot now when it comes to boxing in Africa, and of course in the world, because everybody know energy now. You know, when energy fought in Japan, he knocked out that the former world champion in 2 minutes, few seconds. You know, but now when we make calls, most super bantam in Japan, even the world champion in Norway is in Japan. They don't even want to put up a conversation with us, you know. So, but now we push, we see our rating, and of course we're gonna use our international partners to contact Japan, and of course, energy will get the opportunity soon, and we're gonna have a world champion soon again.
Yeah. Now, you are a father figure, you are a promoter, but you are also a father figure to these boxers. Not only because you are older than them, but you have a lived experience of boxing as a former fighter yourself, but more importantly now as a promoter. Do you feel obliged to say, this is your cut as a boxer? Here are your millions, especially for world titles. I'm sure the amount will get into millions. Do you organize some sort of help to say maybe how to manage your resources, or that is on their own? Of course, I'm not saying you impose your education on them, but just to, because some guys have not gone to fine school, boxing is their only source of income. How do you manage your millions to make sure that at least you live a decent life going forward?
Yeah, of course. When there's a big money, or even a small money, we always talk to the boxers.
Yeah.
Even up to the sponsor, they also help to talk to the boxers.
Yeah.
How to invest their money and so on. You know, some they did invest well, and of course, if you can see our former world champions, they're in a good shape when it comes to life. They got life for themselves. We have to thank also the government through the defense force and the police. They've been taking care of these guys very well. And most of our former champions, they are police, and they are well disciplined. And I can see they look well after their money. They got life. You can see, you see Meatman, he look good. See Julius Indongo, he look good. You see Loki Nakathira, he look good. Police the Rock Amunda, these guys, they are looking good, you know. So you can see there's a difference, you know. They've been educated, and see how you can protect. And of course, I used to go to the General Naitunga also, and I also talk to them, take care of your money and so on. I think the advice is always there. They are well educated when it comes to invest well and look after their resources and so on. So I believe we can still do better. And you see, with the young Nata, Mateo Saita, he just fought in New York. So we went to speak to MTC management and help him also how to look after his money and so on. I mean, sometimes it's difficult to control someone's funds, you know, when he's in his account, you know. But we always try our best, and we keep on trying our best to help these kids.
You spoke earlier about the legacy that you have built, and it's there for everybody to see. There's no denying at all that you've done a marvelous job as far as building your reputation and your academy and your legacy is concerned. Some years ago, there used to be these accusations about Nestor Tobias monopolizing the industry. I remember Anita Shombe that time when she was managing Harry Simon, anyway accusing you, you had to actually respond publicly to say, but look, this is what I do, and I'm not at fault for anybody's thing. Do you consider yourself as a guy who monopolizes the space, or do you just work in your line?
It's when you're on top, nobody will see you there. When you're down here, nobody will see you.
Yeah.
So, man, when to be on top there, you have to be very smart and see how you do things. How did I get there? It's a question, So, but for me to be on top there, I want to bring everybody there on top. You see, it's why everybody now most promoters there on top. You see, that's what I've been working for. I cannot monopolize the sport of boxing, but I will do everything I can do to improve the sport of boxing.
Yeah.
If that is monopolizing, then I don't understand. Because if I go to a sponsor or to a corporate, I'm talking on the behalf of boxing.
Yeah.
But most of all, I'm talking on the behalf of MTC Sunshine Boxing and Fitness Academy.
Yeah.
And of course, most of promoters, they always come to the same sponsor where I'm going. If they see the success there, they also go there. So that's I cannot monopolize, but my result will speak for itself. It will always be better and better. But if you, I don't care anyone to do what I'm doing. See, but just do it better. See, don't just do it better, so you can impress the next person also to follow in your footstep.
Yeah.
And of course, if to produce a world champion is to monopolize, to put somebody in the world rating, I think that is just good for the sport in the country.
Yeah.
In the sport, and it's good for the country, Namibia, to be on the world map. You see, when you go around the world, people they remember Namibia because of boxing. You see, they will talk about Harry Simon, they talk about Paulus Moses, they talk about Ambunda. You go to Russia, you talk about Namibia, then they remember that big blow for Julius Idongo, hit that guy Troneski in Russia.
Yeah.
They talk about those things, So, meaning what we are doing, the world is monitoring. They see what is happening in Namibia.
Yeah.
Even that fight was in Saturday. Philippus Energy, he fought Leonardo from Colombia, based in the USA. So his management is in USA. They were watching the fight. See?
Yeah.
There was a link. The whole world watch, So that is what we are doing. And when they talk about Namibia, they talk about Namibia, including all the other promoters also, and the whole nation. So it's up to us now to follow up and to maintain what we are doing good, and keep on doing and advise the others also how to succeed.
Yeah. In terms of discipline for your boxers, how big is discipline in making a boxer successful? In terms of, if you look at your guys like Mayweather, of course they have more resources and they can afford more things, but things like not drinking alcohol, things like, you even in your relationship with your partner as a man, also that discipline of a love relationship, and not jumping from one woman to another, because also boxers get tested for diseases like HIV before they go to box. And also, we spoke about Harry Simon. What has happened is very sad. He was this huge guy in boxing. I think just prior to those incidents, he was even being mentioned with Bernard Hopkins, that they could fight with Bernard Hopkins and other top guys of that generation. Just to avoid some of those things going forward, and really invest in their craft.
Yeah, you mentioned Harry Simon. It's my brother. It's what happened to him is sad, we can say it's unfortunate,
Yeah.
because nobody planned that. He didn't plan that way.
Yeah.
Car accident is just a car accident.
It can happen to all of us.
Yeah. So of course I remember I was about to fight one of the top boxer in the world, including Oscar De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins, Trinidad, those guys. You know, that guy was top that time. But unfortunately, the accident, it destroyed everything.
Yeah.
So it's not a good story to talk about. Yeah, for that we can talk about that for the next day. For now, discipline is needed in life, not only in boxing. In life, you need discipline. As a promoter, you need discipline. You know. So what I achieve is because of hard work, discipline, and so on. I'm also disciplined to do this thing because, and I'm a very committed guy, and I commit my life, my whole life. I commit to boxing. You know.
Yeah.
So I will get a job and work for take care of myself and my family. But instead of doing a job, I'll choose boxing.
Yeah.
You know, boxing sometimes is not doing good when it comes to funding and especially for myself. But I keep on saying, no, one day things gonna get better.
Yeah.
And we're getting there, and we're getting there. Hopefully, one day the government can also now see. It's okay. No, we have to invest much in boxing or other sport codes. All sport codes.
Yeah.
You know, to put Namibia on the world map. If you're not disciplined, especially when it comes to boxing, this kid will put him in a camp for 2 months. You see, just train, eat,
Sleep well,
and train and so on. So for those 2 months, meaning it's discipline. If you are not disciplined, you will never make it.
You're going to sneak out.
You will sneak out, and you know. So it's about discipline.
Yeah.
All these kids, you must know. All these kids to achieve what they achieve is through hard work and discipline.
Yeah.
And without discipline, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
You know? And the boxing is one of the toughest sports when it comes to training, you know. And of course, in training and also in the ring itself, if you are not ready, if you get tired in the ring, that is the wrong place to get tired. You must not get tired in front of that guy.
Yeah.
You know. You see.
Absolutely.
Sometimes no.
Yeah.
The guy cannot be tired because he prepares also like the other one.
Yeah.
You must just outsmart him and outpunch him and see how you're gonna win the fight.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe in the closing minutes of this conversation, Nestor, how do you plan on, because we know your academy, of course, is named after you also, but you are the face of that institution. But how do you make sure that if, God forbid, if something was to happen to Nestor today, that legacy doesn't end with that we will continue to watch boxing? Are you building that academy beyond yourself, or is it just an institution that is based on Nestor himself, and if Nestor steps away today, I mean, it doesn't have to be something negative, accident or death. You just decided, no, I'm walking away, I want to venture into something else. How do you make sure that that legacy continues?
I think the legacy must not depend on empty sunshine boxing and fitness academy. Must depend on the boxing in the country. Yeah. Like I say, when I started, there was nothing, but now we got different promotion. See, if I'm gone, the sunshine is gone. Then the AC is there, Kasalut is there. That is also my legacy. So what I did for this country is not only for myself.
Yeah.
So that's only giving answer. It's not an individual thing. It's a national thing, you know. Because if you form something, the other promotion and other academies, they are working for the country. They put in Namibia on the world map. You see, it's like Namibian government. If this minister is gone, the other minister is there. So the government is running. If sunshine is no more, the other promotion is running the boxing in the country.
Yeah.
So for that, of course, we want sunshine to be there also. But I just want to say, it's not only sunshine who can keep my legacy. Boxing itself must keep my legacy.
Yeah.
But we got the people at the academy, of course, and they also have capacity to run boxing, but it's also not going to be the same.
Yeah.
It's never will be the same. It's going to be different. But I want this. I'm happy. The boxing has been growing now in my time, and I believe when I'm no more, the boxing will continue. And they're also going to mention my name.
Yeah. Do you think one of the ways to mention your name when you are no longer here, must we give you a street name now about something like that, Nestor Tobias Street, so that we don't forget the name?
Give me a budget.
Let's give you a budget.
Give me a budget. Like.
That's more important. Eh?
Give me a budget so I can do more.
Yeah.
I can do more. And of course, you cannot demand things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
People must come forth and
things must happen
and
naturally.
offer to you, offer to you, like MTC. MTC, they did the honor for me. See, so that is, I think I'm the only sportsman at that honor till now. See, so I'm a record-breaking man. If you can see this ring, this is what I got from MTC.
I saw it.
You see?
I saw that.
So it's gold, and it's a very, very luxury ring.
Yeah.
You cannot miss it when I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
So this is what we are talking about. You know.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, I don't know. I didn't demand it. It was a surprise for me also. So, but I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
My family appreciate it. Every my friend appreciate it. They've been talking about it. And so, if anyone want to honor me, I just say honor, but I'm not going to demand anything. But I can demand a budget.
Yeah.
I can demand a budget because this is what I'm doing. And if the government include us in their budget, but they talk about sport. What we are doing, we do great things. Even when we go to fight in Japan, USA, wherever we go, the ambassador, they always supporting us. In Germany, they were there, So, meaning what we are doing is great things we are doing for this country. And of course, somebody one day, I believe, will come forth and honor us, honor the academy, especially the last fight. You see the last fight. People love boxing. I saw you were there.
Yes.
See? So, you can see everybody was there. You can see the whole window or the whole country was there. Those who was not there, they follow on TV. Yeah, it was a great event, So, like I say, that event was a very expensive event, because of the quality of the boxers we brought there.
Yeah.
You see that quality, you need a big budget. And now, I'm still busy to sort that budget out,
Yeah.
I will be in trouble, but I know what I'm doing. I was doing for the country, and I'll keep on doing that till one day we'll be at the level of UK, USA, Mexico, and so on. I believe we got the capacity to do that.
Yeah.
We must just work together, the media, the government, because without the media and the government, you cannot succeed, especially when in Africa.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, thank you, Nestor, man. I enjoyed this conversation. I invite a lot of political debate here, but today it was something different, and I thought it was a very good one. So thank you for coming.
No, thank you for thinking of me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Let's keep it working, and I keep on introduce everybody to the nation.
Yeah.
From now, I will be very famous.
You're a very famous man now.
And everybody, and keep the news like it is.
No, wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wonderful. That is Nestor Tobias. He's a boxing promoter, a very big name in Namibian boxing and world boxing, as a matter of fact, gracing our platform for this week's edition of The Agenda. Thank you for watching.